It was 1968 and I was at the Japanese students' farewell party at the University of Caen in Normandy. The reason I was at the farewell party will become apparent later on. Anyway, I wasn't there because I knew any Japanese. I was studying French at the university, and it just happened that I used to play chess with a Japanese student called Ishiki. He used to play in one of the cafes. They didn't have many, they didn't have a real students' bar in the University of Caen. Most students socialised in the cafes around the university. Anyway, I got to know this Japanese student whose knowledge of French was fairly limited, I suppose like my own at the time, and he used to play chess as if he was operating a martial art, shouting and bawling as he thumped the pieces around the board. Anyway, I'd managed to get myself smuggled into the Japanese party on this particular evening, and was supping sake, which is Japanese rice wine, which you drink from little kind of little vases, if I remember, miniature vases, and oh, it was warm and smelt a bit fishy, but it went down. And likewise we were eating what looked like dried seaweed and bits and pieces, which now I realise was some kind of sushi, and it was all very convivial. I knew a few Japanese words, arigato and sayonara, which I'd picked up from my brother who had done his national service after the war in Japan, and I could count up to 3 or 4, Ichi ni san si. I learnt this from my father, who would work for the emperor during the war. He didn't get paid on the railroad of death in Burma. I don't know what my dad would have thought of me fraternising with the Japanese, but I don't think he'd have been too concerned, because I think he'd put that behind him. He was not a vindictive man. Anyway, very nice evening, and I was decanted onto the streets about 1 o'clock in Caen, when suddenly I realised that the town was empty. And about 1 o'clock in Caen, everything used to be, you know, alive, going, things were happening. And little did I know that General de Gaulle had called for a curfew in most of the university cities, perhaps all of the university cities. So I was strolling along the boulevards of Caen, wherever, completely mystified by the emptiness of the streets. So I began singing typical songs of the period, such as "We shall overcome, we shall overcome, and the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind, is soufflant dans le vent." Then suddenly, from the 4 cardinal parts of the compass, or cardinal points of the compass, I suddenly see these paniers salade, the Black Marias, converging towards me, and I'm immediately surrounded by gesticulating policemen, looking rather threatening. In situations like this, of course, you don't know any French at all, so I just got out my passport and went, "Hello, I'm English, are you right, lads?" And I could hear the policeman saying in French, you know, the whole country is going down the chute, and this poor old Englishman, this befuddled Englishman, is running about as if he's on the promenade at Brighton. So one of them said, "Where you live?" And I said, "Well, I live at the Rue de Jersey." He says, "You go back to Rue de Jersey now." And I thought for a moment they were going to offer me a lift, because it was about 2 miles out from the centre of Caen. Wish they had done actually, because they'd given my landlady a bit of a fright. But anyway, they went back into their Black Marias and skedaddled off, and I walked home through the lonely streets of Caen and arrived back at Madame Gervais for what, 2:30 in the morning. I think she was a bit worried. I think she thought I'd gone out on a manifestation, a demonstration, which I had done previously and which I will recount in a further episode. Listen here folks, for the further adventures of Jim in Les Avènements de Mai, in the May Troubles in France 40 years ago, 1968. End of report. Thank you.